Hey, what's up guys and gals, this is KaptinFathead coming at you with a bit of a different video. This is my impressions video on Big City Stories. The beta was just recently, or it actually has been going on for a while now, but more people have been given access to test it out, to test out the servers, to test out the gameplay and functionality, and you were able to do this by subscribing to Hellfire Games newsletter. Now I don't know if you can still gain access to it by being a subscriber to their newsletter, but it wouldn't hurt anyway, so there will be a link in the description to take you to Hellfire Games page where you can become a subscriber to their newsletter. Also, within this video I won't be able to show any gameplay footage or pictures that I took while playing the game because there's a news embargo on this particular game, so there's certain rules that you have to apply and certain rules that you have to follow, and one of them is not being able to show any gameplay footage or pictures that were taken. But I can talk about my experience with playing the game, so that's why I'm here today, and I'm sorry that there's no footage, but I'll put up some different pictures that Hellfire Games had posted previously, as well as some old gameplay footage of Home Tycoon, which is what this game is pretty much based off of. Now, even though Big City Stories is basically like Home Tycoon, there are some changes that are noticeable. One is, of course, the graphics themselves. The game is running on the Unity engine, and it does look significantly better than what the original version of this game had looked like. And even in photos, it actually looks a lot better when you're actually playing the game as opposed to photos. I know one thing a lot of people are going to be wondering about is the avatar customization, and wow, I was actually pretty surprised by the level of detail that you could put into making your avatar within this game, because of course I don't want to say feature, but the whole point of this game is for city building, and you would think that customizing your avatar will be kind of an afterthought or a secondary thought, but the avatar customization here is really incredible and it has a lot of potential. Some of the things that you're able to do with making your avatar is increasing a particular or decreasing a particular body part. You can make your hands giant, your head giant. You can make your avatar incredibly tall or incredibly short, and there's just a whole bunch of mixing and matching that you can do, and it appears that they're gonna add a lot more to this in the future, because it wasn't skin tones, but it's skin type. It was something about like you could change to make it reptilian or alien or something like that, and that kind of caught my eye. You're not able to do anything with that at the moment, but that kind of caught my eye. So what's great about this game is that it doesn't take itself seriously, so you can make the wackiest character imaginable. Gameplay pretty much works as you would expect. Any place that you want to build a building, you would just go over to that area, select what you want to build, and place it down. You have a select number of workers, money, and energy to start out with, but over time, through little missions, you're able to increase those. I haven't been able to increase my workers yet, but I have seen others able to, and I'll get into that in a little bit later. But you're able to increase the amount of money that you could take in. You're able to increase the amount of energy that supplies your city that you could take in, because you will need both of those. Those two are a big factor into creating, or not creating, but building up your little city. And it's nice that the missions, or the mini missions I would like to call them, within the game, it's not exactly like a tutorial. It's actually a little bit more engaging than a tutorial is. A tutorial, you're doing something off screen. It really doesn't do anything for the game. But the way that Big City Stories does their little tutorial is that over time there's new missions that become accessible to you. You go up to a particular individual, you can go up to Duran Duran or Luigi Andretti or someone else, even a zombie. At one point you actually go up to a zombie and you take a mission from them, and that's pretty comedic too. And they're going to tell you what you're able to do, or they're going to ask favors of you. They may want you to set up a windmill. They may want you to set up a gas station or some other kind of executive building. Heck, something as simple as putting up a traffic cone. They're going to be able to ask you these sort of favors, and the game's going to tell you, alright, now what you want to do is hit this button, go to this screen, go to this option, and then select this particular item or building. And it's not too boring per se, you know, it's what you expect, you know. Alright, it's like, I know how to do this, you don't have to hold my hand through everything. But it's nice for those when you're first starting out. It's like, oh, okay, so this is where these items are, this is where these buildings are at. It helps you get familiar with a lot of the content that you're going to be able to be looking up and placing down in your city. You're not just stuck to your city though too, as you can go to other people's cities, and the level of creativity that some of these people have is pretty incredible. I've seen people start stacking up items on items, and you know, you go from a regular city or utopia to something that's a lot more fun. You could put different air vents that can shoot you from one side of your city to the other, or shoot you up on top of a building. And it really shows that the community is definitely creative, and once more items come out, or once more people are allowed onto the game, and once more buildings and small objects are made more accessible, it's going to be interesting to see these different cities that come out, because no cities are going to be alike. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of different very unique cities, whether you're trying to make it look very professional or you're trying to have a comedic where it's more like a parkour city, or a city where you can partake in parkour activities, jumping from one building to another, or trying to look like a daredevil, you know, trying to walk from one to the other, you know, trying to walk from one skyscraper to the other with just a walking board between the two. You do have the ability to purchase gold within the game, and this gold is used to help increase energy, workers, and money that you might need when constructing a building. Say you're constructing a building and you're down 2 workers. You need 2 workers and you need, say, about $1,000. You can actually use that gold and it will help finish constructing that building by bringing in 2 new workers and giving you that $1,000 to help build up that building. Now I know somebody is going to ask, is Big City Stories better than Atom Universe, Nebula Realms, and the Four Kings Casino and Slots? And you know, I'm just going to honestly say, I'm not going to beat around the bush, it's an unfair question to ask, and I'm not even going to bother answering that. But I will say Big City Stories did surpass my expectations. I mean, yes, currently it's in a closed beta, and there's probably going to be some features both added and changed in the future, but right now it's actually a pretty strong game, I would have to say. The customization options blew me away. The buildings, the city building experience is pretty entertaining, pretty fun. The mini missions, while I wish there actually were a little bit more, they are pretty fun. They do pass the time. And I'm very excited for what Hellfire Games has to bring to Big City Stories and how they're going to expand upon it. So I think that about wraps it up for my impressions video on Big City Stories. I do hope you enjoyed, and if you would like to see more videos on this game, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.